Hi everyone, this is Kyle Davies. Today I just want to talk to you a little bit about medically unexplained symptoms. And the reason I want to talk about medically unexplained symptoms is because there's such an enormous increase in them. So these are things like persistent headaches, bowel complaints, stomach upset, insomnia, fatigue, a general malaise or fatigue, weakness. These are the sorts of symptoms that people are experiencing more and more of, in back pain and chest pain. And they're called medically unexplained symptoms because they're the type of symptoms that when you go to your doctor presenting with these sorts of symptoms, the doctor may run some tests and the tests appear to be negative, meaning that they can't find anything wrong with the body. Now, this doesn't mean that the symptoms are not real and that they're all in your mind. They are real, and I think that's one of the most important things. And when these symptoms cluster together, then they are given terms like ME or chronic fatigue syndrome, fibromyalgia, post-viral fatigue syndrome, and irritable bowel syndrome. So all of these syndromes, and that's when you experience a cluster of these medically unexplained symptoms together. Now, the most important question, I think, is why are we seeing so many of these symptoms? Why are so many people experiencing these symptoms? Many of them can be transient and can arrive and go as quickly as they do arrive. But for lots of people, and I think increasing numbers of people, what we're seeing is these medically unexplained symptoms are becoming chronic. They're staying for longer and longer periods of time. So that does beg the question of, well, why? What's going on? Now, in my view, a big part is our lifestyle, is the way we live, the way we interact with the world, the way we interact with ourselves. I think that the stresses and strains of everyday life means we're almost like hamsters in a wheel. We're focused on doing the next activity and the next activity, and most of us are in a cycle of debt, and we're just focused on everything that has to be done. And we've become, with this way of doing things, we've become very detached from our bodies, we've become very detached from our emotional selves and our spiritual selves as well. And I think we are also in a culture that encourages us to medicate our symptoms, to work directly on our symptoms. We see lots of adverts on our TV screens which are encouraging us to take pills if we have pain, take pills if we can't sleep, take pills if we have bowel complaint, with the idea that we just want to get on with it, just crack on with life, keep going and suppress the symptoms, let's work on the symptoms. Now, of course, the problem is that when the symptoms remain, then working on the symptoms is not working. And in my practice over the years, working with the hundreds of people that I've worked with, I've seen that symptoms almost work like a maths equation. So if you suppress some symptoms over here, you'll get some other symptoms appear over here. So just suppressing the symptoms doesn't really seem to work. So if we think, well, okay, the reason we're having more of these conditions is our lifestyle. We've become disconnected from ourselves. We're trying to medicate our symptoms, and in the process, becoming very passive in relation to healthcare. So always looking for somebody else to be solving our healthcare problems for us. So what is it that we need to do? Well, in the work that I've done over the years with clients, I've begun to understand the nature and cause of these symptoms, which is that it's that disconnection from self, from the body, from the emotions, from the spiritual self. And that manifests itself in the way that we interact with life, in the way that we interface with everything within our environment. So the way that we need to address the cause of these symptoms is by realigning ourselves and reattaching. And that's a lot of the work that I've been doing with my clients over the last 7 and 8 years. So there's a little bit about medically unexplained symptoms for you. I hope that's of some interest. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.